All right, what's up, you guys? I'm gonna do a quick trade recap. I took two trades, both with 5 micros. Here's the chart executions. It was a pretty low risk day. I didn't risk so much. And I think the main reason is just because price action lately honestly hasn't been the best. I mean, you can see it right here. Whole bunch of chop. Yesterday I got chopped up. I just posted a trade recap this morning about my loss yesterday. But today was pretty good. I mean, we made the loss back and a little bit more, which is good. I could request a 7K payout, but I'm not because I got 150K accounts for the main reason of having a bit of a buffer. And if I request a payout now, then I really won't have a buffer. So, yeah, I will be requesting the payout eventually. I'm just taking my time, building up my accounts, taking it slow, going with the flow. But yeah, yeah, I've it's definitely been a very slow start, though I would say that, but it's been a great start. I mean, I think the main reason is just because if you look at the market, it's been slow. We've been consolidating now for over a week. So I haven't felt comfortable taking trades with 10 micros or 20 micros or 1 mini, however you call it. Because I don't like this price action, but some days we catch good moves, some days we don't. I would say though, once the market starts trending in a certain direction, then I will start sizing up slowly. But yeah, right now the focus is just following the plan and focusing on high quality setups, not quick scalps, not quick moves. I'm following a system, following my strategy, and being patient for it every single day. Okay, but anyways, wow, I'm getting off topic here. Okay, boom, 4 hour chart. Mark this supply zone that we've been touching now for a couple of days. Okay, let me make my face smaller here. Yeah, as you can see, ever since Thursday, May 15th, we've tapped into this zone so many times. So, first of all, I already knew this zone was like a magnet. Okay, let's put this in replay mode here. Also, on the 4 hour time frame, we had this 4 hour demand zone, which at the time, let me zoom in a little bit so you kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, boom. So yeah, right here you can see that we tapped into this 4 hour demand zone and we were rejecting it. So going into market open, I was confident in the longs already, kind of. I didn't want to see the longs, trust me. I was like, oh, I want to see shorts, I could see a clean short setup. But I think that's just for me personally because I don't know what it is about me. I just love shorting the market. I think I'm a better shorter than a buyer. I don't know why. If you trade Nasdaq, you most likely know that it most of the time goes down faster than it goes up. So even though I wanted to see the shorts coming in, already had the idea of longs because of this right here, 4 hour demand zone plus a nice rejection off of it. Okay, but anyways, boom, go down through 3 hour candlestick chart, and you'll see this 3 hour supply zone. Another zone that I had marked down was, where is it? Is a very tiny 90-minute zone right here. Okay, but I did like this spacing candle, so I marked it. Next zone that I had marked down was a 45-minute supply zone, which another stacked area here. Lately, I've been having a lot of stacked zones like this, which I don't like, but lately I've been doing it because we've had nice reactions off of it. So for example, here, I love the reaction that we had here. We tapped into the 45-minute supply zone and rejected it. So I decided to mark both, even though they're stacked and even though the 90-minute is a bigger time frame one. Anyways, I think that was it for my zones. Oh no, I also had this 30-minute zone, which again is another stacked zone. But I did like this 30-minute because it looks clean. Okay. Anyways, that was all the zones. Okay, boom. Now for my support and resistance, which honestly, doesn't really matter for today, but it does because I did use my support and resistance today. So I'm going to mark out, some areas. I mark it down very easily on the 1 hour time frame. I really just look for areas where price, rejected it just like this. And then I mark it at the bodies, not the wicks. Okay, but I don't have to do too much. So, okay, I'll do this one here. And I think this was it. Alright, so let's go to market open. So first of all, okay, let me get to market open so you guys understand. Okay, boom. Whoa. First of all, market opened up. Opening range. I marked it down yellow. Right here. And this first 15-minute candle was beautiful. Okay, I mean, I could have taken a long down here off of this 4-hour demand zone, or even here after tapping into this 30-minute demand zone. So both of the zones played out beautifully. Right, if you caught the longs down here, honestly, W's in the chat. That was a beautiful trade. I mean, it still is. Like, the longs are still going. So, man, A+ to you if you took the longs down here. But anyways, boom. Right here. 15-minute candle closed out rejecting this 50% area. Did that change my long bias? No, because I still wanted to see what was going to happen. So what happened was that we had this 5-minute candle close outside of the opening range. Orb strategy, you could have gotten longs from here and would have played out beautifully. But what I was looking for was a close above this 90-minute supply zone, which we kind of did. Okay, and I was also looking for a close above this 50%, which is a 45-minute supply zone. So honestly, I'm pretty sure that I got in. I'm trying to see, where did I get in? Let me go down to the 1 minute and see exactly where I got in. 9:51. Okay. Yeah, so I definitely got in after I saw a push. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting my entry. 88. Okay, boom. Let's see where that is. 88. Honestly, not the best entry, but I did trust it again because of the bigger time frame of this 4-hour demand zone bounce that we had already reacted off of. So, boom, right off the bat, bias is long. I went in long because we were breaking structure to the upside. Plus, I did like this 5-minute candle closure above this 50% of the 45-minute supply zone. Plus, it was slightly above 50% of this 90-minute zone here. So, boom, I went long. I put my stop loss at, what is this, 335. Basically, it was at this 15-minute wick. Okay. So, boom. Stop loss below 50%. Entry kind of not the best, but I had a good reason to go long. And I mean, right off the bat, it pushed up, but the candlesticks were closing red. I still trusted longs because it wasn't closing below this 50% line. So, I was still in the trade, of course. Trust me, like, whenever I see a trade playing around the stop loss, I want to like move my stop loss and do something. Sometimes I do it. Most of the time though, I try to tell myself my stop loss is here for a reason. I'm going to keep it here. So that's exactly what I did. And 10 a.m. candle came, pushed down, was very close hitting stop loss. And then we had an insane push up. Okay. Oh, first of all, I didn't even explain my TP. My original TP was up here. Why? Because it's a 4-hour supply zone that we've tapped into almost every single day. It's definitely an area of interest. So my original TP was up here, right? But I mean, at 10 a.m., we had an insane candlestick at 10:01. And honestly, it scared me. I was like, "Whoa, what type of candlestick is this? It's not even a news candle." So as soon as I saw this like pump up, I went break even. Somehow, Top Step X caught it at it actually took me out of the trade around here. Let me double check for you. 418. So it closed me out at 418, which is right here, even though I had my stop loss at break even. And if you don't believe me, I got the proof right here. Look at this. Let me move my face so you see it. While I was waiting, I got excited. The candlestick turned green. Then I saw it on Bookmap. I was like, whoa.
Holy shit, I'm breaking even here.
Break even. Look at the break even. Got out break even.
Break even.
And then I'm up $300. Like, what? I mean, thank God, right? But it's like, what if that was my stop loss? Like, I would have, that would have been really bad if that was my stop loss. So yeah, this should have been a break even trade, but it actually closed me out at around over 100 ticks. So W's in the chat for Top Step X for that. But after this, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit hesitant to get back into the longs because, first of all, the 5-minute candlestick closed out with a huge wick, and then the candlesticks after that were chopping up. So I still like the longs still because we hadn't broken below this 50% down here. If we broke below 50% and went back into the range, I most likely wouldn't have taken another trade. But I waited and waited. I used to have this rule where if it was after 10:30 a.m. New York session, then I would most likely walk away. But recently I've switched it over to 11:30, 12 because the moves have been happening randomly at 11, at 12, at 2. Oh my gosh, you can see Cyrus. Oh geez. Let me move over here. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, I've switched that rule of stopping at 10:30. Now I stop around 12. Why? Because the moves have been happening later in the day. Okay, so I waited and waited. Boom, right here. This is actually what I wanted to see. I was gonna wait for a clear breakout out of this little range that we had created, but I wanted to see a 5-minute candle close. Why? Because of this previous price action here. I wanted to, really be confident in it. I could have gotten shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? It's always shoulda, coulda, woulda. Could have gotten long right here. What? Why are you crying? Bro, he always doing this. Yeah, you want to be on the camera? There. Bro, he just a baby. But yeah, I could have gotten this entry as soon as we broke 50% with that insane volume. But again, I wanted to see a strong 5-minute candle close above 50%. So once we did, I was hesitant again to get into the lines because I missed the entry. So I was waiting for a pullback. The pullback for me at this point was either a pullback to this white line or a pullback to the zone plus this white line here and then a move up. But that didn't happen. The pullback was at this white line. So this next candlestick, as you can see, it touched up on the white line. And then as soon as we rejected it, I went long, put my stop loss around 446, which was this wick here. And then I was going to aim for 50% of this huge 4-hour zone. So that was the second trade. What happened on the second trade was we started to chop up and I didn't like that. Actually, was this my entry? Let me double check my entry. 471. Oh no, my entry was way down here. Yeah, so basically the same thing. I mean, once I saw the candlestick turn green after rejecting this white line, I went in and then I aimed for 50%. That looks wrong. I don't know why. 503. Okay, exit was at 503. And I'll explain why I closed it all the way down here. Rookie mistake. Um, First of all, we hit a 122, which was beautiful. But you guys know me. I like having, $1,000 days. I don't know about you guys. So I was trying to make $700 so I could be up 1,000 on the day. So my TP for $1,000 was around here at around 44. So that was my original TP. But of course, I got a little bit scared. So what I did was I locked in my loss from yesterday. So I locked in around $200 at first, and then I traded it up and locked in $300. So that's why I got stopped out over here. I guess the lesson for that is just let that shit play out. Like, let it breathe, because eventually it took some time, but I was very confident in it, and we hit the TP that I was looking for. But yeah, that was it. Wow, this is a bit of a long trade recap, but yeah, that first trade would have played out beautifully. Would have hit TP4 on it. Was I gonna hold through this chop? Most likely not, because I got stopped out break even, and I most likely would have gotten stopped out break even in this chop, because I normally break even after hitting a 1-to-1, and that's exactly what happened here. But yeah, anyways, it was a very good day. I'm very happy with today. I'm very happy with yesterday's loss. Even though it could have been avoided, risk management was risk was managed. And yeah, I mean, I'm just taking things slow. I'm really hoping, like, you guys, if you've been trading Nasdaq, you're probably hoping too that we break out of this consolidation. I mean, it looks good today. It could break out today, so hopefully that does happen. But yeah, if you want to trade live with me, the link is below. If you want to get on calls with me, the link is also below. And thank you guys for watching.